Garudachar first. Now, Doctor, it is mission accomplished. Of course, beyond the scientific jargon, there we also heard the ISRO chief announcing the success of this mission. If you could just tell, for the benefit of our viewers, what this really means for India.
Okay, this question is for me. I think
Yeah.
there's a great confidence that has been vested in ISRO community, the launch vehicle team, as well as the other ground support system, and the safety and the other related ground stations, as well as support throughout the world. Not only whenever we launch a satellite, it's not only just a launch vehicle tracked from Sriharikota or Indian ground station, but the support comes from the entire global community where we have our own ISTRAC satellite ground station, ground control points, as well as they are supported by other agencies with whom we have collaboration to ensure every small details are properly, tracked, and every moment is reported suitably to take any action required by the team. So this is a great moment for all of us. Again, I'm telling you that second time that of course this is a very, as Chairman ISRO said, the reward of the work is more work. Reward of the work is more work. That means people have confidence in us. The global community has seen that we can perform, and it's a very important and very also encouraging moment and very pride moment for the whole country that we have been able to launch so many satellites. I was listening to chairman's, according to his words, it's 34 countries. 34 countries around the globe have been able to able to depend on, I should say, have confidence in our launch vehicle. So whether low Earth orbit or even geosynchronous satellite orbit, we have the capability, and we have launched the highest mass, almost 6,600 plus 6,000 tons, 6,000 plus tons, and of course the low Earth orbit, 500 plus kilometers. We can launch even higher to higher orbits. Of course, they'll slightly reduce the payload weight, and that shows our confidence and our confidence, the world's space agency's confidence. Now, this system LVM-3, I should say, it will be announced by ISRO. That is an operational system. An operational system is we should have
Right.
normally
Right.
understanding is successive three successes. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, we also have with us Mr. Nambi Narayanan, former ISRO scientist. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Of course, a huge moment for India. This is obviously a display of India's prowess in the space sector. How do you assess this moment? How are you feeling, sir?
Certainly, I am very happy. And what should I say? That this is the moment for which we were waiting for. Actually, this is the third commercial launch for this vehicle. And this demonstrates that we are capable of lifting a very heavy payload to the low Earth orbit and also meet the requirements of the client, who is an American company. Now this will continue. Now this guy, after seeing this is successful, and I don't know the cost of it, but the cost, I'm sure it will be cheaper than any other cost which others are going to quote. So it is a huge success for us, and also it will enable us to earn a lot of finance, money from international community. Now that's what I am happy about.
All right. All right. Now, Dr. And just to now further to that, just to expand on that also, what the ISRO chief said, the reward for good work is more work, and the work for the Bluebird 6 is only just begun. What are some of the things that you will be looking out for now that it has been injected into its designated orbit?
Well, as Narayanan said, it is reward is more work. It is true, but more work means you need more money, and I think ISRO has rightly chosen the private partners, private companies, to share some of the workload of ISRO, which will certainly help us a lot because we don't have to worry about it. But here the problem is the companies need experienced and most probably some of the retired ISRO engineers or some of the engineers who are about to retire. There must be some understanding. With that, even the people who can continue to work in ISRO can be deputed to work in the company. Because this is going to be a very big workload. I'm sure that ISRO needs this help. I think this is what I'm worried about. But it will happen because even this mission, they have done it in a very short notice. And of course, this was a professional takeoff and a professional performance. I found most of them are not at all under tension. They were happy even before the launch. So that shows our confidence level is high. Now, that's what it is. Yeah.
Right, so now of course with ISRO's Bahubali successfully lifting off, now this mission being such a huge success, for the benefit of our viewers, if you could explain, we were watching all the 3 stages with bated breath. As a scientist, what does that moment mean for you?
Well, I don't want to dwell upon the various issues which had directly, we have gone through a mill. It was not just like that we have achieved this mission. This mission, namely that achieving the ability to lift and getting into the commercial market was exactly not going to be liked by many people. So I am talking about other countries. So you have to come across, you have to go through this mill. Now you have established your position. Now this will bring you a lot of requirements. So many people, every country needs some kind of a business proposal. So I feel as a scientist, I was actually working towards this goal long back. But though it is late, I'm still alive to see that we have achieved that goal. So I'm very happy about it.
All right, now Dr. Manish Purohit, let me just come to you. Of course, thank you so much for staying on with us. What a moment we've witnessed this morning. How are you feeling, sir?
See, actually, it's always a pleasure to watch a launch of LVM3 because it has been performing awesomely well. And when we were going through the launch and then there were, predicted values on the graph and the charting of the trajectory, what real-time data we were getting from the telemetry of the launch vehicle, and it was aligned so perfectly. And the best part is when our chairman sir announced that the intended orbit and the orbit achieved, they differ by just a small number, 1.5 kilometers. So this is the kind of precision that we promise to the global market when you talk about the launch of any satellite, any payload for any customer. And LVM3 has been at the forefront of that kind of a performance. Right now, there is one more very important thing that we should look into is that we have been able to launch back-to-back 2 LVM3s, 2 Bahubalis at a gap of around 50 days. Means we have the capability to increase our launch cadence. We have shown this to the world that yes, we can have multiple launches in a complete 1 year. Like, the aim for next 5 years is that we should have at least 50 launches in next 5 years. So that means around 10 launches per year. And that kind of a performance needs a whole lot of support, as Nambi Narayanan sir has already pointed out that lot many startups are coming up and they need the hand holding, they need the guidance from the veterans, the experienced fellows who have that understanding of each peculiarity of the launches. And surely there will be something that will be done to bring those startups to the forefront where we can improve the launch cadence. Just to put in perspective, India has seen few launches this year, while SpaceX has seen more than 100 launches in the year 2025. So still, again, I'll say a long way to go for our space economy, the space sector of India. But yes, we are catching up fast.
All right, now all three, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast. Of course, what an action-packed morning it has been, and I'm sure everyone watching who's witnessed this moment is equally elated. Thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast. All right.